Ace Delta 12 Racing Gaming join forces for your entertainment. So for whatever reason, my recording time was cut short several times the past 3 weeks, and on top of what footage I was able to get not cooperating, it's pretty obvious I had a hard time uploading. So I'll just give the main highlights of Las Vegas and Homestead Miami before we get into the Martinsville recap. Kyle Larson won at Las Vegas, narrowly beating Christopher Bell on the line. Christopher Bell would ride that momentum to Homestead Miami, winning there and claiming his championship berth. Ryan Blaney had a disqualification at Las Vegas that was reversed, and Kevin Harvick ran a Budweiser paint scheme at Homestead Miami as a throwback to the 2014 championship he won there. William Byron got dangerously close to the cut line after mediocre finishes at both tracks, and the 42 car crashed with two different drivers, Carson Hocevar for Las Vegas and John Hunter Nemechek for Homestead Miami. Alright, now for the cutoff race at Martinsville. Denny Hamlin swiftly took second from Ty Gibbs on lap 2, and we had 3 Stewart-Haas racing cars in the top 10 by lap 10 as Martin Truex Jr. retained the lead. Truex began lapping cars on lap 25 before losing the lead to Denny Hamlin on lap 48. By lap 67, Stewart-Haas Racing and Joe Gibbs Racing had the entire top 5 locked down firmly, and the race remained exclusively under their control until Alex Bowman and Harrison Burton spun out, with Corey LaJoie managing to squeak by despite receiving minor damage. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was speeding up pit road and we were back to green again. On lap 113, Ryan Blaney managed to get himself up to second, and on lap 120 he managed to catch up to Denny Hamlin, but he was unable to pass him, and Hamlin won stage 1 on lap 130. On lap 139, Kyle Busch had to pit due to a flat tire, and on lap 155, Tyler Reddick nearly spun out, but he managed to keep going despite falling back significantly. Ryan Blaney finally took the lead from Denny Hamlin, and Brad Keselowski made it into the top 10. Tyler Reddick tried to hold off Ryan Blaney to keep himself from being put while knocked down, and the two of them eventually made contact a couple times as they battled. But that battle didn't last long, as Ryan Newman got spun out after making contact with Christopher Bell for a caution, and Martin Truex Jr. was bopped for speeding on pit road. On lap 226, Ryan Blaney and Denny Hamlin battled for the lead, with Blaney taking it on lap 232. On lap 237, Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski made it into the top 5, but after that, no significant movements were made, as Ryan Blaney won stage 2 on lap 260. Evidently, Denny Hamlin wasn't done battling Ryan Blaney, as it continued as stage 3 began. On lap 271, Blaney nearly spun out while battling for the lead, but hung onto not only the car, but also the lead as well. Then on lap 274, Joey Logano drove through Ty Gibbs, spinning him out and collecting Daniel Suarez, Michael McDowell, Brad Keselowski, Ross Chastain, Todd Gill, and JJ Yeley and Austin Cindric. A grand total of 8 cars piled up on NASCAR's smallest track, but Logano gets away scot-free. You know, Joey Logano drives like he's on the Interstate 24 so much on the racetracks, it's to the point where I'm worried how much he drives on the actual Interstate 24. Bubba Wallace got to the top 3 on lap 292, and Ty Gibbs spun out again on lap 303, this time without anyone forcing his hand. Brad Keselowski got a fire in his pit stall during the pit stop on lap 306, and we went back to racing. Bubba Wallace got to second on lap 315 when Michael McDowell spun out for a caution later on lap 323. And then on lap 329, the pace car broke down on the track and had to be towed behind the wall. Fortunately, they had 2 pace cars in case this happened, but I personally thought it would have been interesting to have the race leader be the substitute pace car for every restart. I mean, he's already the race leader, why not? Chase Elliott got the lead on lap 333, and Corey LaJoie snagged second. Eric Almirola made contact with Eric Jones on lap 334, then slowly made his way through the pack, eventually taking second from Corey LaJoie on lap 390. Though he caught up to Chase Elliott on lap 392, Elliott retained the lead. It wasn't until lap 412 that Eric Almirola finally took the lead. Ryan Blaney got to third on lap 441, and Corey LaJoie fell out of the top 5 on lap 456. Blaney's march continued as he took second on lap 461, then the lead on lap 478, and after Todd Gilliland got into the top 10 on lap 486, Ryan Blaney won the race, securing the third of Championship 4 spot. And that last spot, by points alone, went to William Byron. And you know what that means, folks? It's time to talk about eliminated drivers once more.
The legend will never die!
Once again, Denny Hamlin will have to wait another year to score his first championship. Though this time, Hamlin wasn't stopped by an impossible move. He was stopped simply by an insufficient amount of points. At least it wasn't the round of 16. Martin Truex Jr. had a ridiculous playoff run, and I think he could have been the championship favorite had he made it through. Somehow, despite constantly being behind the 8 ball, Truex found a way to survive the odds and make it all the way to the round of 8. But this is where his crusade of survivability ends. I don't even know how Tyler Reddick made it this far. I know I predicted him to fall here, but something just feels like he should have been eliminated sooner. Either way, Tyler Reddick had a pretty under-the-radar performance. Nothing to inherently speak of. I honestly thought Chris Buescher's campaign would make it all the way to the end. But unfortunately, he couldn't deliver on a must-win situation, and he was eliminated a week too soon. And that is going to do it for this review of the Xfinity 500 at Martinsville, as well as the brief reviews of the South Point 400 and Forever 400 at Las Vegas and Homestead, Miami. We've got just one race left in the weekly race recaps, which means after next week's video, I will finally be done with this soul-draining endeavor. Take care, y'all. Ace Delta 12 out.